Failure is another F word that some mean-spirited person made up to make us all feel badly about ourselves. And it doesn't exist. So I get to UCLA, swimming along, choreographing for them and all that. And I graduate, and they call me into the athletic director's office, and they say, we're going to make a change with our head coaching position. We would like for you to be the new head coach. She told me later I was catatonic for about 30 seconds. And then I laughed out loud, and I said, you understand I don't know the first thing about gymnastics. And she said, I love the way you work with the student athletes. You're firm, but you're compassionate, and I trust you'll figure the rest out. And that's all I got. So I did what I thought was prudent. I grew up on stage. I can act. Let's just act like a coach. Well, that's all I had, right? I didn't have tools. I knew nothing. I had no skills to be a coach. So I thought, who's a coach? Tough-minded, tough-talking, relentless, badass. Bobby Knight. Let's learn from Bobby Knight and act like Bobby Knight. Okay, yeah. So I did it really, really well, and we finished dead last at the NCAA championships that year. The previous year, we had finished second. So I thought, I'm not acting well enough. So let's go study harder. And I learned to say things like, go hard or go home. Winners make adjustments and losers make excuses. And I just postured. And we did even worse the second year. We didn't even make it to the national championships. So I was on my way to resign. This is the part when the movie's made. This is like gonna be the really part. And I'm walking through our student store, and this is so cool because I'm not embellishing any of this. Walking through the student store, find a book by the great John Wooden. And it's his book on leadership. And I'm leafing through it, and it magically opens up to his definition of success. And it says, success is peace of mind, which is a direct result in knowing you've done your best. And I kept reading, because he won 10 national championships. I'm a coach. We're hired to win. That is our definition of success, is winning. So I read his definition again, looking for this nugget of how to win. And I read it again, and I read it again, and I read it again. And the more I read it, the more that word you became bolder and brighter. And I realized success is peace of mind, which is a direct result in knowing you have done your best. I had been trying to be somebody else. And in that moment, I had the biggest aha moment of my career. I realized whenever you try to be somebody else, you will always be a second-rate them. You will never be as good at them being them as they are at being them. I tell my student athletes who want to be Kardashians all the time, you will never be as good at being Kim as she is as being Kim. And the worst horrible thing about it is it prevents you from becoming a first-rate you. So I didn't resign. I went back to the office and I said, what do I bring to the table? And I just started figuring out I have to have something, some tools to start figuring this job out. I had 17 years of classical ballet training. I'm coaching gymnasts. I grew up in a leotard. They're in a leotard. I know what it's like to go through puberty in a leotard. That's no fun. They have to do that in a leotard. I know about disordered eating. I know about body shaming, unfortunately prevalent in our sport. And most of all, I knew how to prepare myself mentally, emotionally, and physically so that when I was standing in the wings, ready to come on stage, I was calm, confident, and excited. And when I looked at our student athletes, all of us have our wings, the metaphor for what is our wing in life. When you're about to step on that stage and you start to get nervous. And for our student athletes, it's right before they salute the judge to get up on the event. I knew I could prepare them mentally, emotionally, and physically for that moment as well, if not better than anybody else in the country. That is what I'm going to bring to the table. I'm going to do me, and I'm going to hire and surround myself with people that can do everything I don't know how to do, which was the actual gymnastics part of it, but that was okay. I'm at UCLA. I can hire really good people. So I started doing me, and guess what? That started translating to winning and success. And I will never forget, a few years later, one of my seniors said, "Miss Val, you have finally become a leader worth following."